Hey YouTube land, welcome once again to another action figure review, and today we're having a look at another one of the Eagle Force Returns Eagle Force figures, and this is Santini. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. I could have been butchering his name the whole time around, but this is Santini the Acrobat. Again, it's the global premier strike force to fight the worldwide injustice and tyranny. And as I said with the Captain Eagle box, I actually still had the Zika logo on this at the time of when these were released. This is Series 2. Now, the box on mine is a bit dusty because I've had him quite a while and I've been meaning to do a review for him, but I just hadn't got around to do it. So, we'll have a little roll call of Series 2. We'll have a look at the back. The boxes are all pretty much the same. So, if I just angle my camera up a touch, we'll see the stuff on here. So basically, there's a little write-up about him saying, "We used to harass Santini about being fast and flexible, but a terrible shot. But his boy can flip. Sneaky, but this, I'm assuming it's supposed to be this boy. His boy can flip, sneak and shoot. He's triple threat right there, General Brown." So I'm not sure if right, this third generation of Acrobat. So I'm assuming this is a descendant of the original character called Santini, because that's what it seems to indicate over here on this side. So, third generation Acrobat Paolo Santini learned everything he knew at the hip of his grandfather, the original Santini. Immersed in the world of circus acrobats with a side helping of international espionage, Santini followed his grandfather's footsteps the whole way through. He had a natural tendency for intelligence operations and an innate ability to mesh his acrobatic skills with reconnaissance missions in ways that even his grandfather found astounding. Bringing his father into the fold, all three Santinis developed a training regimen and spy team second to none in the international espionage landscape. So, the roll call for this series, which is Series 2, included General Brown, the Eagle Force Commander, Takedown, the Urban Special Operations Officer, the Takedown Thunder Unit, which I'm assuming Takedown is the unit, the squad leader of Urban Operations Specialist, Santini himself. So all the guys on the top here are all Eagle Force, as depicted by the Eagle Force kind of logo hidden behind them. Then you have Ultima Thule, Riot Leader, which I'm assuming is the head of the bad guys. And he is, you can see the Riot logo behind him. Unfortunately, I didn't pick up anyone else from this wave. I kind of wanted General Brown and a few of the others. But when I got around to getting into this lineup, I didn't have the funds to pick up everyone, so I just kind of pick and mixed which ones I wanted. So you have Zapper, the Communications and Technology, who is another Eagle Force guy, Riot Stealth Pilot, Aerial Operations Specialist, and the Riot Commando Advanced Infantry Operative. Now, if I bring back in Captain Eagle's box, you see there is a Riot Commando in that as well, which is an Elite Terrorist Operative, and there's an Advanced Infantry Operative. Both are called Riot Commando, but they're actually done in different decos. So there's the Riot Commando from Series 1 had a all black red, kind of black, red and grey, I think. Whereas the Riot Commando in Series 2 had an urban camo kind of look to it. Kind of similar to how I would imagine the urban camo in this guy was done, which looks pretty damn cool. So that's it for the box. Now, I will say that the boxes are collector friendly, so without having to tear open the boxes, you open up a flap on either side that you want to, and you just slide the card back out and you get access to the figures within. So that's it for the box. We will just pan down and we'll have a look at the old acrobatic man himself. Here is Santini in all his action figure glory. You can see he has like these painted on bands. Are they sculpted? Actually, I think, yeah, sorry, they're sculpted on bands. I thought they were just painted straight over the flesh, but there is a slight lip to them, so they are actually sculpted. And you can see the kind of circus kind of style stars on them to kind of indicate that he's he does acrobatics and he's part of a kind of circus troupe. And you see the Eagle Force logo on his left pec there, or sorry, right pec. He has a pistol holster. Now, the only weapon he came with is a pistol. I was trying to think whether he came with a machine gun. I know I had him holding a machine gun for ages, which is like one that I had taken from a different figure, but I don't believe he actually came with that. It was one of the old BBI ones. He does come with a pack of hands, which is behind him in the packaging. So just as like with Captain Eagle, he actually doesn't have the base at this stage. I think the bases came into introduced in series 3 or 4, but he has the outstretched hand, he has the opposite trigger finger hand, he has the 2 punchy hands, left and right. Now all the hands except for the grasping hand, I would say, have a vertical hinge. Actually, sorry, the punching ones actually have horizontal as well. I've actually never used these hands because you can see the paint is still kind of fresh on them. That's the one downside about these. I'm not sure if you can see this on camera, but some of the earlier ones had painted on skin tone, and it tended to jam in the joint for the hand, so you kind of had to heat it up and kind of slightly break it so it would break the paint and stop it from being stuck. But the hands, depending on which ones you go with, have either a vertical or horizontal joint system on them. So I can get every one of those hands back into the bag. Probably not going to do it for me while I'm on camera, so I'll have to do it one at a time. So we get everyone's hand, all Santini's hands back in the bag. Now the one thing as well I will say about his hands that are different to Captain Eagle's, if I'm just bringing the bag that has Captain Eagle's, there is, and I'm not sure if you can see that with the glare on the thing, there is a paint difference between the hands, so you know whose is whose, because both set of hands are the same. You have a kind of a slightly more paler skin tone for Captain Eagle himself, so depending on which character, the hand skin tone will be different. It doesn't make difference if the skin tone is the same. It means you can mix and match the hands. So if you have a couple of guys with the same color skin tone, then you can mix and match the hands with those. So overall, he's a fairly basic enough figure. He does have a couple of other accessories. His hat is removable, or well, beret is removable. This rope thing on his chest, in fact, I think, I could be wrong, I'm almost certain that when I first got him, it was not loose, but in the bag with his hands, so it didn't come with he didn't come with it on him. But it is just a separate piece. It is a loop of coiled rope that goes around him, again to kind of reiterate the Acrobat kind of type thing, or the you know, daredevilish kind of stuff where you can climb scale buildings and do feats of acrobatics and stuff like that. So it is that. His pistol holster is not bad. He holds his little black pistol in it. It's just a kind of basic looking 9mm pistol. Now the one thing I will say with him, and pretty much with everyone else in this line, his pistol holster isn't the most secure if you turn him upside down. Not that you'd want to be displaying him upside down all the time or anything like that, but it's just something to note that if you have the pistol in his leg, it will fall out. So if he gets knocked over, it does tend to fly out of his the holster on his leg. You do have double peg holes on the feet. He has pretty much the same articulation as the rest of the guys in this line. So he has a swivel, a hinge on the shoulder. Now, because the shoulder isn't really hindered by anything, it can go up really far. He has a swivel hinge on the elbow, so it's only a single hinge. It's not a double hinge or a double joint. He has a single joint depending on which hand you have in, and either has a up and down or a in and out depending on which hand. He has that waist articulation. All the figures have this waist articulation, but on some of the others, as I was pointing out in other videos, it's not hindered but hidden behind the waist piece. So it is there, it's just a matter of getting it. This is a ball joint, so he does move around. Head is on a ball joint as well. The head sculpt is actually quite cool. It actually looks quite good. And then he has the ball joint hips, so you can splay out that much, you can kick forward that much, and does a double jointed knee. So you can get some kind of acrobatic style posing, I suppose. depending on which hands you have in and which way the feet are. The feet do have a kind of double system on them. So you have the standard kind of ball hinge that goes forward and back and it swivels. There is a swivel just above the ankle itself, and then you have a rocker ankle. It's very similar to how the swivels on the boot cuts kind of work on some of the other figures. Some figures have a boot cut, so instead of having that extra joint on the ankle, it's just above the actual pants leg itself. So instead of having it turn here, it looks like when they were designing it, and I could be wrong, it's just the way the pants look, it looks like they were going to intend to have the cut up here, and then it probably would have looked too unnatural, so they went with the cut down here, or the swivel underneath the leg, so it's not, or underneath the ankle. All in all, he's not a bad figure. We'll bring in Mr. Old Tape Measure. So you can see he stands just around 4 inches, just a little over with his hat on. And for different scales or different figures, we'll bring in a couple of figures. You can see the scaling. So I'm bringing old Wheatley from the Jurassic Park line, or Jurassic World line. Bringing Agent Grimm from the Eagle Force. Now another one of his Eagle Force allies. Even though I think he's an ex-Riot guy, so probably wouldn't trust him too much. You have the Superman from the DC lineup, the Spin Masters line. We have, is it Tomax? I believe it is Tomax. I don't see the scar, so this is Tomax from the Crimson Twins, the 25th anniversary version of the Crimson Twins. I'm just going to move my camera a little bit more so I can get more guys in here. We have that dude from Star Wars, the Mandalorian series, and I'm gonna bring in one more thing. Oh yes, good old staple of alien creatures. We have the Predator from the Hiya Toys, and we also have one of the aliens from the Leonard collection, so you can see the difference of scaling and stuff like that. So all in all, not a bad figure. He is pretty cool, he is pretty good. He's a bit short on accessories compared to others. As I get through some of the other figures I have, you'll see what I mean. Some of the others have alternate heads, alternate looks to them. So Grimm, so far Grimm, Agent Grimm, Captain Eagle himself, and Santini have been kind of a little bit lax on the accessory side, but the whole line as a wave does make up for that. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video review of the Series 2 Eagle Force figure that I have, the single Series 2 Eagle Force figure that I have, and that is Santini. Hopefully I can pick up some of the others. I know a lot are sold out at Big Bad Toy Store now at the moment. They have some still on pre-order that haven't come in yet, and I believe I have those on pre-order for when they do come in. So when they come in and I get around to posting them to myself, I will do reviews of those as well. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review, and as always, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Cheers.